Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome back to Mixed Media Frenzy. In the top left corner, you'll see the mixed media's sketch that I'll be scrap lifting today. And everyone on this collab today will be using the same sketch. So be sure to check out their links down below in my description box. Go over to their channels and see how they interpreted this sketch today and what mixed media products they used today on their layouts. Now, today on my layout, I am going to be documenting a photo of my grandson where he's all bundled up and waiting for the school bus. It's very cold outside these mornings, and on my layout for my mixed media part of it, I am going to be using some texture paste, and I'm also going to be doing some stamping. Now, all of the items I used today on my layout, I will go ahead and add those items to the description box below. So here I decided to go with this blue cardstock as my background today, and I cut off about a 1/2 inch off two sides of the cardstock, so that gives me a border of about a 1/4 inch all the way around. And I am going to begin my background by doing some stamping. So here I pulled out a stamp from a Becky stamp set, and I'm going to use my archival black ink pad, and I'm going to be doing some stamping around my photo. You'll see I'll place my photo back on my cardstock and then just stamp all around it. Now I will be doing some direct stamping there and some second generation stamping, as you can see. And I'm just going to add those randomly all around my photo just to create a border. And I will also go ahead and add some to the top left corner where I'll add in a cluster later on. So next up, I'm going to add some texture paste through a stencil on top of the stamping that I'm doing right now. And the stencil I'm using is also from Becky, and the texture paste I'm using is very, very easy to use. I will go ahead and add it to the description box. It dries really quickly and the consistency is pretty stiff, so you won't get any bleeding under your stencil. So here you can see once I begin using the stencil, you will notice here that I have a little yellow tint to the top of it, and that's because I use some distress ink with it on my previous project where I used it and I did not clean it off. So once I added that white texture paste through the stencil, I got a little hint of yellow on my layout instead of just white that I was going for. But I decided that I like how it looked. I don't think that the colors clash at all, so I did leave it on my layout and continued along. So on the sketch, I did not notice any texture paste, so that's something I added on my own, but I do notice that they had some splatters on there. So I'm adding in some splatters right now to my background using silver acrylic ink. Right now, I'm going to work on matting my photo before adding it to the background, and I wanted to stand off against that really busy mixed media background, so I'm going to add some white cardstock first behind my photo, and then I'll add it to that black cardstock as well. Now, before I add my photo to the background, I will prop it up on some foam adhesive. So I am going to be adding two mats behind my layout, and the first would be this really busy scripty pattern paper. I'm going to add that first, and you can see I gutted out the center. And then I went ahead and used a decorative scissors, and I'm cutting all around, and I'm not cutting it in a straight line. So that way, once I add it to my black cardstock, which would be the second mat, you can see some of the edges go in towards the layout much more than some do. And that's the look I was going for. On the sketch, you can see behind the photo, there are two strips of paper, and I am using pattern paper for those strips. And I inked the edges using black soot. Now, I did use that scripty pattern paper for one of the strips, and I'm using a bit of scrap also from this collection for the second strip. So now I'm going to add in my title, and my title says all bundled up. I inked the edges of my title as well. And it will sit partially on my photos. So the part of it that's not sitting on my photo, I do need to prop it up so it's at the same height as my photo. So you can see there I added in some foam adhesive. Right now I am just gonna go ahead and add some stickers from the sticker sheet to create some clusters here on my layout. And I do keep this layout pretty simple. I do not add in a lot of die cuts or sticker sheets. I do add some word phrases here and there, and you can see there I switched out that cute little penguin for the little boy instead. So here I'm adding in this border strip, and this is from Freckle Fawn. It's silver, and I did cut it apart so I can add part of it into the top right cluster, and I added some in right next to my title as well. I also felt it needed a little bit more red on my layout, so I brought in some of that pattern paper, that red pattern paper. I added it around my photo, and I added 2 pieces of it to the top left cluster as well as right below my title. There you can see I'm adding some Nuvo drops, and I cannot remember the color that I used, but I will add the color that I use down below in my description box so you can check that out. And here are close-up shots of my layout. So I hope you guys see how easy it is to add some mixed media to your scrapbook layouts, and I hope you give it a try. Don't forget to go over and check out all of the other ladies participating today on this hop and see how they interpreted this sketch for their layout today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up before you leave. And I want to thank you all for watching. Until my next video. Bye.